Hey everyone, welcome to another video. And in this video, we are going to talk about a very interesting tool which I found recently while I was researching about statement of purpose. I was trying to create some videos, but which I ended up never putting it out because that's what I do. I start projects and never complete. And maybe that's one of the traits we'll find out today. This tool is called 16Personalities.com, and what it does, it gives you a personality type. When you'll go to their website, and let me show you, and I'm gonna walk you through the process on how it goes. It will help you. It says take a personality test and get a freakishly accurate description of who you are and why you do things the way you do. It is kind of interesting because once you come to the US, some of the people or some of the interviews is more personality based interviews instead of more technical interviews. They want to know who you are as a person. They want to know if you'll be a fit for their team or not. And this test is going to help you do that. More importantly, while you're also writing your statement of purpose, this this tool is going to help you determine what are your personality traits and trying to extract the things you have done over time and try to match with this personality trait. It's going to give a extra layer of insight into you as admission committee. So let's take an example. Let's say if I am reading a statement of purpose or a personal statement and the person has said that, hey, I volunteer at one of the animal shelters near my home. The personality that's showing the recruiter or the admission committee in this case is that this person is altruistic, which kind of shows to the admission committees that this person is altruistic and this person is a good person, and this is kind of a trait or a strength he has. Also, you can also kind of work on your weaknesses if you find out what are your weaknesses here and what you lack on. And let me walk you through the process. This whole process is going to take me a little while. It takes like 15 minutes, 10 minutes to finish this process. I'll walk you through the whole process. All right, I'm recording the whole screen. I'm going to start taking the test. Take the test. It says complete the test, view detailed results, unlock your potential. We're going to do that. So it says you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I would say I kind of do, I kind of don't. So you often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I'll give it somewhat agree. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. I disagree with that a lot. I'm a planner, I plan stuff more. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it taken place. It has taken place. 100% agree. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. I would say somewhat agree. People can really upset you. I definitely disagree. Or I would say disagree. Sometimes I get upset, but if it's a close person who I work with or who is just who I know every day, it can really create an impact on my life. I would honestly give it like disagree. You often rely on other people to be ones to start a conversation and keep it going. I would disagree on that. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Disagree with that as well. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. I disagree with that. I worry a lot about it. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Definitely disagree. I love to spend my time with myself. It's the more time I get with myself, the more I enjoy it. You're more of a detail oriented than a big picture person. Somewhat agree. You're a very affectionate with people you care about. 100% agree. You have a careful, and I'm very realistic on these questions. Don't think like I'm being kind of, a kind of, I'm not being trying to be fake person here. You have a careful and a methodical approach to life. Middle somewhere. You're still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time. Somewhat agree. At poor parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Disagree. I'm still in the middle. I try to surround my people around myself. Uh, I try to figure out how to grab the attention. Maybe it's a positive thing, maybe it's a negative thing. It really depends who I'm talking to. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Not at all. I find it kind of easy. Um, when looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. 100% agree. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. I would say agree, somewhat agree, yes. Depends on what kind of pressure it is. If it's work pressure, I can handle it. But if it's like I had a case where I lost my visa thing, so I kind of agree with it. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem you jumping right into the conversation. Kind of disagree on that. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. 100% agree. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. I kind of agree with it, kind of disagree. It really it really varies. I would say disagree more. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I have goals, but I don't set goals for myself to that extent where I go crazy about it. So I would say disagree. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Uh, Disagree. I feel like it's more of disagrees than agrees. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people. Mostly talk to the ones you already know. Agree. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Uh, I used to do that. I think I'm getting better at it. So I would say I'm right in the middle somewhere. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. Agree. Uh, unless if it's a movie, sometimes, it just, you kind of let loose, man. Like, I'm not gonna go there. You feel more drawn to people with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet, intimate. I agree. I like more bustling and busy atmosphere. That's why I like New York more than San Francisco. I just like that city. There's a lot of things going on every time. You like discussing different views and their theories on what the world could look like in the future. Agree. When it comes to making life changing the choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Uh, I don't really know about this. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. Agree. Usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. I would say disagree on that. You often make decisions on a whim. Disagree. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. 100% agree. You often put social effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. Depends on what kind of movie it is. Before making this video, I really got into the whole groove of Parasite, the Korean movie, which recently won the Oscar, or actually won the Oscar in the early of 2020. I love that movie, and I get into how they filmed it, and I kind of like it. So you always know exactly what you want. Kind of disagree. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have. I would say I do go back on stuff. When in public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Public place, less crowded areas. Disagree. You are this much. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. I would say in the middle somewhere. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feeling. Agree or not agree? Uh, when starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions upfront as possible. Agree. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed on you. In you, I think I'm more worried about what this person will think about me when if I make a mistake. So I would say agree here. You feel comfortable just waking up or just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Disagree on that. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas and scenarios. 100% agree. You look after yourself first and other comes second. I'm kind of selfish in that way. Even when you have planned in a particular daily routine, you usually just end up knowing what you feel like at any given moment. Kind of agree with that. Depends, like, I'm not, unless it's a meeting which is pre scheduled, I love to focus on that. But if it's, I have to control stuff on my own, then it can really, really vary. Your mood can change very quickly. Agree. You often contemplate the reasons of human existence or meaning of life. Kind of agree, kind of disagree, in the middle right there. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. I kind of disagree. I don't talk about my feelings and emotions enough, at least on a personal level. Maybe on the videos and stuff I do, but not on a personal level. You have got detailed education or a career development plans stretching several years into the future. Disagree. You rarely dwell on regrets. I would agree on that. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly make you feel drained and in need of a getaway. I would disagree on that. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Agree. You find it, or agree. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Agree. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous burst of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Disagree on this. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Agree. After a long, exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Sometimes I do need that. I agree with that. I just need one party, like one crazy party where I go out with my friends, where I have a little fun, and kind of restart the week. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change your everyday life. Agree 100%. You always consider yourself or consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Agree. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. Somewhat agree on that. You rarely feel insecure. Uh, I feel insecure a lot of times, kind of disagree or something. Your gender option, male. Let's see result. So my personality type came as a mediator. Let's see what it says for us. I am introverted. Okay. I'm intuitive rather than observant. I have work on more feelings rather than more of thinking. I'm more prospecting rather than judging. Turbulent rather than assertive. Let's start reading. Start reading. Okay. Mediator personality, INFPA, INFPT. Strengths and weaknesses. I'm thoughtful, I'm generous, I'm open minded, creative, passionate, loyal to the values. I'm overly idealistic. I've done this test before, and this has come exactly the same before. I am definitely overly idealistic, self-critical on everything what I do. I have started so many projects which have never ended just because I'm more critical on my own stuff than I think. Sometimes I feel like people wouldn't like it, and this is not the quality I would like to present, and that creates a problem for sure. So I am self-critical. I don't know if I'm impractical or not, but I'm emotionally driven for sure. That's a weakness I would agree on. Mediators are private, reserved, and sometimes self-conscious. I think in person people would feel that because I've realized that other people I work with, other project engineers I work with, are kind of vocal on a lot of stuff, whereas I feel like I am a one-on-one person. When I talk to somebody, I on a one-on-one I can build a better connection to them rather than in a group setting. I get that. I think I'm gonna jump to the workplace habits. So mediator subordinates. I'm a subordinate right now. Mediators can be extremely dedicated and considerate employees. They take pride in being honest and doing the right thing in all circumstances. They also feel gratified by pleasing others from their bosses to their customers. Mediators' personality feel most motivated when they're thinking up ways to help others and not worrying about checklists and bottom lines. I think this line, this exact line, is such a big push on what I do every day. I think when it comes to helping out other people, it helps me or it motivates me so much more to do that work rather than doing the regular paperwork. I know it's going to help other, but if I have a simple task and if I think of it this way that hey, this is going to help my superintendent or this is going to help my project manager in the work they do, it motivates me much more than anything else. So I completely agree with it. Okay, this is awesome. Early in a friendship, mediators can be somewhat reluctant to share their inner lives. They may try to draw out their new friend instead, learning more about that person's passions and motivation as a friendship progress. However, mediator personalities can find it very meaningful to share their secret dreams and ideas with someone they know they can trust. Like right now, I'm talking about all of these things, and right now, this might not relate well to you. But when you take your own personality test, it makes so much more sense once you have taken it and once you relate yourself with it. It's kind of crazy, like when you start walking or start looking back that these are the things which I did, and this is the reason why I did that. It makes so much sense, and you can kind of leverage all of these factors into the next job you're looking for or into how you go about your day-to-day life or how you modify your day-to-day life. As I saw here that hey, when it comes to helping out other people, it kind of motivates me. I'm going to do that more into my daily life, and that's why I make videos as well, just because it kind of motivates me a lot every day. Okay, let's read my conclusion if we have time. Few personality types are as poetic as kind-hearted as mediators. Their altruism and vivid imagination allow them to overcome many challenges, obstacles, and more often than not, they brighten the lives of those around them in the process. A lot of people actually put their personality types on LinkedIn because it's becoming such a big thing now. Try it out, tell what personality type you are in the comment section down below. If you thought this video was useful, I'm going to make one more video on this, how you can use your personality type to leverage in your statement of purpose, personal statement, or in your CV or in your interviews. It is going to be a more interesting one. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe it. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.